Yo, what up, everybody? What up, everybody? This is your boy Food Junkie, and you saw the title. I'm going to talk about my interaction with Trina, the baddest Bish, baby. Yes, the rapper Trina. I met her. We had interaction once, not, and this is going to be slightly of a story time, I guess. So it is what it is. It's going to be what it's going to be. Everyone's talking about the incident at Walmart and the story. Of course, I'm gonna talk about that as well, and I'll give you a brief little introduction. What's going on? What's up, Juanita, baby? How you doing, sweetheart? What's up, everybody? Welcome, 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 you guys. Of course, this is your boy Food Junkie, and I'm going to talk about my interaction with Trina, the baddest bee, baby. We know how we do it over here. We're gonna have a little fun, talk a little ish, and we're gonna, keep it moving. Don't know how long this is gonna be. It's gonna be long at all. Don't know, but yeah, we're gonna talk about it. What's up, Raphael? How you doing? Good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, let's get started. I can't be waiting for everybody to come in here. They can catch up where they can catch up at and get in where they can fit in. Um, with that, okay. Well, we all know that in the past week or so, Trina was at the Walmart down in Florida, and she was basically filmed seeming to be going off on a woman because she accused the woman, or the woman allegedly called her a racial slur and the female dog. You know, so the story was reported that Trina bumped into the lady down the aisle was not, and the lady was upset about that, so she went off on Trina for that. Come to find out, when Trina did her interview with TMZ, she said that basically what happened was Trina saw a lady in the aisle was not crying. Trina tried to console her. The lady looked up and basically said, "Get away from me, you N-word B." And Trina walked away and was kind of confused by that. So with that, you know, um, welcome everybody who came in the chat. You guys welcome. And so basically what happened was, Trina walked away. So when Trina saw Lady again, they were in line. And Trina's friend that was with her at that moment was like, "Well, you owe my friend an apology because you called her out her name and a racial slur." The lady looked around and started acting crazy, I guess, again, yelling and screaming, whatever. And of course, Trina, being who she is the baddest bee, chose to respond at that point. So Trina basically said, saying, "Call me that name again. What we saw was not on video games. Say it again. Call me that name again. I am that. Now what? What you gonna do about it? Was not. I'm that, and I will whoop you up. This and third. Okay, cool. Now that's the story that was out there. Now my interaction with Trina. This was shoot. Maybe about 20, 22 years ago when actually she was actually popping like that. When she was actually, what's up, lovely one, baby? How you doing? Vesta G, how you doing, sweetheart? Denaya, how you doing, sweetie? Welcome, you guys. Welcome everybody to the chat, you guys. Welcome. So my interaction with Trina was, this was about, like I said, 20, 25 years ago when I was working at an airline at that time. This was Trina was popping, like popping, when it was her, Foxy Brown, Lil Kim. They were the new rapstresses of the industry. Was not, they're doing the big things. They're competing for the clout. Was not, of the industry. Was not, who could be the nastiest, who can be the the filthiest, saying, "Pull over that, that's too fat. Pull over that, that's too fat." You know what I'm saying? Trina, yeah, that was her. So anyways, I work at the airline as a gate agent, whatever, and that's another story in itself. But I was working at the gate agent, was not. Trina and her entourage came down, was not, the flight wasn't full, so they asked me, can they take some extra stuff on the plane without being charged? I'm like, saying, shit, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? It ain't my plane, it ain't my money. Mind you, this was before the whole Aaliyah thing. Now, if I would have known that happened, I would have been like, no, you have to make sure everything is accounted for and checked accordingly so they can put enough fuel and stuff into the plane. You know what I'm saying? How planes work, you know what I'm saying? The lift and drag, all that stuff was not very aerodynamic, things like that. So we really have to be accountable for what you put on the plane so they can make sure they have enough fuel and things like that to make sure everything is correct. But, back then, we didn't know. Well, we knew, but we didn't care, you know what I'm saying? We were young people, was not just, doing our little jobs the best way we can. Anyway, so I'm wondering why the flight wasn't pushed back. I'm like, okay, what's going on? So I went down to the flight was not to see what's going on. Well, actually, no, what happened was, sorry, I'm sorry. Let me step back. I was wondering what happened, why the flight wasn't pushed back, but before I went down there to figure out, one of the flight attendants came up the runway or the jetway was not crying. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Why are you crying, boo? You know, me always been concerned, always been lovely one, stop it, baby. So I'm figuring out what's going on. So I go down there was not. I see Trina entourage. Trina's quiet, mind you. She's just chilling, was not. But I hear her entourage screaming, now that bitch up there think da 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 this and da 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 and I beat her ass. I'm like, whoa, 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 calm down. What are you talking about? Well, yeah, you said we could bring this stuff down here. Whoa, watch your voice. Calm down. What are you talking about? Speak to me. You know, I'm still always the one that's going to be in control of my situation, regardless of where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? If I'm owning it or if I'm just an employee, I'm going to still be in control of my situation and my environment. You will not be cussing at me like I'm crazy. Shit. Even back, oh, especially back then, you know, especially back then, I was quick to, snap upon them by their throat. But like, watch your voice. What's how? Talk to me. What's going on? So the flight attendant comes back down. Was not. She started talking. She's like, "Well, I just saw they have to check their bags, and they started going off on me. They have to check their bags. They have to check their bags." And then I'm like, "Well, no, I said they could bring them on here. Well, it's not this other." And so when I started saying that, the guy was like, "Yeah, he said it, and then that bitch right there said that, and I don't understand what's going on." I'm like, you know what? Come, let's. I'm like, gather your stuff up, y'all. Everybody gather your stuff up. No, get your stuff. Come up top with me was not. By then, I was done. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not gonna keep on cussing out the flight attendant, nor will you be intimidating people on the plane. I don't care what I said initially was not. Once you change your attitude and change your tone, I'm gonna have to change my mind. You know what I'm saying? So like everybody grab your stuff. There's like probably like 10 of them, and they all had like they had more stuff than they needed was not basically. You know what I'm saying? Because I guess it was the stylist, the wardrobe, the makeup, all that stuff that she had back in the days was that traveling with. You know how people used to do it back in the days. They thought that they had these big budgets, so they thought that saying money was no object, was not. But mind you, I mean that would be shady. Mind you, you're flying on like a JetBlue Air Trans type airline, but yeah, you have all this money and all this mouth. Baby, calm down. You're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. What's up, Miss Deanna, baby? How you doing? You know, you're not really doing it like that. You're saying you're still saying like a B-rated, C-rated entertainer was now. Although you were saying well known in certain communities, in certain circles. So I gathered all their stuff up. Well, they gathered all their shit up, and they followed me up the runway. So I'm like, okay, what's going on? Well, I don't understand. Calm down. Watch your tone. Watch your voice. What? Talk to me. So I like, well, basically, y'all missed this flight because I can't have you on a flight in a contained situation where it's not where you are attacking and trying to belittle and berate one of the employees that's there to help you and assist you. Or it's not. I can't have them being uncomfortable with you um treating them in kind of way and being disrespectful. So we gonna miss our flight. We gonna miss our flight. Oh, that's fucked up, man. That's fucked up, man. You said we could da 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 da. And Trina just chilling was not. Trina was like, what I'm saying, she's looking at like, I get it, you know what I'm saying? She's like, I get it, I get it, you know what I'm saying? She's like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? I understand. So, then dude started cussing at me. Now, mind you, I'm still at work was not. And I'm still the same person I am today, but with less control of who I am. So I was like, um, Trina, if you want to catch the flight by yourself, it's like you can do that because since you're the only one who's calm right now, whatever. Everyone else just missed the flight. So make a choice. And not only do you miss this flight, you won't be catching any other flights on this airline. Period. Not if I have anything to do with it. So basically, she opted to go with her people, which is fine by me. You know what I'm saying? I have no problem with that. And I'm looking at them like, I wish the fuck you would want to jump. Shit, this is just a job, not a career. I'll fuck you all up. You know what I'm saying? Same person I am now, but like I said, with less control. And so with that, that day, Trina wasn't the baddest bitch. She was the walkingest bitch because she had to walk her ass down that concourse with her entourage and all them goddamn bags and keep it moving. You know, it is what it is. But yeah, like I said, my interaction with Trina, she was, like I said, she was fine. You know, and that's why I kind of believe what she said when she said that she was trying to console the lady initially and then walked away, because for my little interaction with her back in the day, she is, and of course she had less control back then also than she have right now. So I kind of, if she was that calm and cool and collected and, saying, respectful back then toward me, it was, saying, something that I could appreciate her being now, being a little older as well. Because, I would have responded probably a little differently as well. Probably not. I don't know. Depends on how I feel on what day it is. But yeah, that was my interaction with Trina. You know what I'm saying? She was very cordial, very polite, very respectful back then. So for her to act the fool the way she acted in the Walmart was not, something had to have happened. The lady had to have called her out her name and been disrespectful. And when she asked for an apology was not, or revisited the subject was not, the lady had to have, turned up and acted a fool, you know. So people can say what they want to say was not about emotional intelligence and emotional control was not, but the problem is that, well, who we have in the White House right now has given certain people carte blanche, or they think they have carte blanche to interact with other people in any kind of way they want to and treat people like they're trash. And the reality is, not everyone is nice. Not everyone is going to sit there and you can slide up under the blanket with me, baby. I don't have to show the world what's going on. You know what I'm saying? But I think the person that is in the White House was not have given people carte blanche to have them act up and show their ass and show their true colors. And I think that, like I always say that, always y'all know I always say this: people treat you the way you allow them to treat you. People only respond to you and interact with you how you allow them to do that. You know, and when you let someone be disrespectful to you or talk to you or speak to you or treat you any kind of way was not, they're going to do that. And you can't wonder why, because you don't always have to, um, cuss and fuss in public was not. But even if you're not a public figure, people have these camera phones. People have these things that they record on anytime they see an incident was not and want to upload it to World Star, or just upload it on their page was that is, depending on how egregious the incident is or how crazy the incident may be and who's involved in the incident, it may go viral like this thing went viral. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you don't have to let people speak to you or treat you any kind of way. Y'all know when I put people together was not on this YouTube thing. I can do it several different ways. I can cuss you out with a whole bunch of vulgarities and cuss words, or I can do it in a way that I just embarrass you, make you feel like you're about 3 centimeters tall. You know what I'm saying? So it all depends on what I choose to do at that moment in time and how egregious I feel the incident is. But calling me out my name is something that will get you checked. You know what I'm saying? Like quickly. And calling me that N word or something like that was not when I specifically asked you not to, especially in a disrespectful manner. You know what I'm saying? If, like, I don't like to, but I can let certain things slide with that word was not. But I will ask you, please not to refer to me as that, because I really don't like that. Because y'all know, I always say, no matter who calls it to you, it's not to me. It's always disrespectful, regardless of who you try to say. Well, I add an A to it, or it was an ER. It's all the same to me. It's disrespectful, especially when I don't want to be called that. Like, that's like me calling you a bitch and you ask me not to do that. You know what I'm saying? It's like it is. Just this. That's just my opinion on it whatsoever. No, baby, I grew up in Chicago. Well, I was born in Chicago, raised in Seattle. I moved to Seattle when I was 9 years old because we lived in the projects and stuff like that in Chicago. And so my mom figured that there was a bunch of stuff happening in Chicago during that time where young girls was being raped and being kidnapped and stuff like that was not. And I have two sisters who are beautiful, at least I think so. And my mom wanted to protect them, so she moved us to somewhere that she could protect my sisters. And also, she didn't want me and my brother to be in gangs that was going around in Chicago as well. So she moved us to a place that was actually, predominantly Caucasian. And I don't think she knew that Seattle is like one of the bases for the Ku Klux Klan, also. So yeah, so I dealt with a lot. First it was in my younger years, grew up, you know what I'm saying, making sure that my sister was safe. That's why I'm a protector, you know what I'm saying. That's why I like to protect people. Because I always have to protect my sisters. You know what I'm saying? My brother can fend for himself. But my sisters are my heart. My mom's my heart. So I have to make sure I always protect them. So that's why I'm kind of a protector. Yeah, and I hate also opening the doors for people. It's not like, especially when there's not the mechanical doors and people don't say thank you for that. Yeah, that pisses me off too. Just rudeness, rudeness. But yeah, I mean, and my thing is, even if someone bumps into you or it's not, but is it that egregious to where you got to call them out their name like that? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, excuse me, shit. You know what I'm saying? I'll say something like that was not, but I wouldn't call them the N word and stuff like that. I'll just be like, damn, okay, shit. I guess you're more important than I am, type of thing. You know what I'm saying? But people, different stroke for different folks. People do what they gotta do. People do their own thing the way they want to do it. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell you how upset to get at an incident that you feel that you was wronged in, but I can let you know that I will match your energy. So if your energy's crazy, my energy's gonna be crazy. You know, and I hate when dudes think I'm open the door for them. Was not that's if a lady walk in front of me, whatever, and I open the door for her, and a dude come on in and not say excuse me. I'm like, dude, what the fuck's your problem? You know what I'm saying? Shit. And I want them to say something smart to me so I can. Well, yeah. Let me not tell that story. This ain't that type of story time. But yeah, it was just. I mean, that was my incident with Trina. Was like I said, that day. Like I said, back in the day, she was cool. Like she was cool. She was I'm saying nice. She was pleasant. She was respectful. As now she understood that saying her entourage was acting a fool, and I can't let them on the plane with that. And I gave her a choice to either fly by herself and meet them there whenever they get there, or walk down the concourse with them. And she chose to walk down the concourse with them. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it was. So that was my little story time, my incident with Trina. You know what I'm saying? There was no craziness was not involving me. Yeah, I mean, the man in the White House was not. I try not to say his name too often because it's kind of like the boogeyman. If you see it too many times, they may appear. And he was just in Atlanta not too long ago. What was it Monday, Tuesday, something like that? He was just in Atlanta or sometime last week. I know it was less than a week ago. He was just here in Atlanta, so you don't want to, what I'm saying, scurry him up too many times. You know what I'm saying? Because the energy he brings to the city is just crazy. You know, but yeah, like I mean, he definitely kicked down the door to all this outward racism. You know what I'm saying? We know that it's there. We know that it exists, but him saying what he's saying, behaving what he behaving, you know what I'm saying, going along with what's going on, what's not, and also perpetuating it what's not is a lot of the cause of some of this racial tension that we have right now going on in this country. Not saying it hasn't always been there, but he put it to the surface. You know what I'm saying? Which honestly, let me be completely honest with you guys, I kind of appreciate that because I'd rather know who. What's up, Tessie baby? How you doing? I kind of rather know who don't like me and what do you feel about that. Doesn't mean that I'm gonna change who I am, but it does mean that I am more aware of how you feel about me when it's not. So I know that I'd rather you tell me or show me in my face what's not how you feel, opposed to you smiling at my back or smiling at my face and just stabbing me in my back, saying doing things to try to hurt or saying hinder me into moving forward. So yeah, it's definitely. I mean, although it's not a good thing, it kind of is a good thing if you think about it. Well, it's not because if you think about it, not everyone is going to you know show you who they are. But that's why I say when someone shows me who they are one time, I choose to see it. You know what I'm saying? I choose to recognize, I choose to see it, I choose to um act accordingly. Be that way accordingly with them once not. It's not about, what I'm saying, what I want you to be, or so how I perceive you to be, is what you show me. And you know what I'm saying? When you're using racial slurs and when you are being belligerent and when you being indignant towards someone of a different race or being intolerant of that, that just shows me who you are. Are you a racist? All depends. You can just be prejudiced. You know what I'm saying? A racist was not has the power and economic means to change. You know what I'm saying? Someone's life. And that's the difference. Was a lot of people like, well, when a black person say, well, I don't like white people, or whatever, or I don't like this type of person, they don't want to say, oh, well, you're racist. No, that's not a racist. You don't have the economic means to be racist. You can be prejudiced all day long, and you can be a bigot all day long. Well, it's not, but you can't be racist. Racism is having the power to change someone's economic status, someone's educational um, situation, and their living situation, and also have the power to change where someone works as a whole, not just in one company, not just because you were the hiring manager of the McDonald's was not. No, that's not. I mean, that changes your way, but at the same time, as a whole, as a group, you have the power. Racists have the power as a group, as a whole, as a collective, to change a group's a group of people's situation and living situations and working situations, things like that. So there's a little bit about racism and prejudice. The differences was not a lot of people choose to get the words wrong and choose to misspeak and mistalk and think they know what they're talking about was not really knowing anything but what they knew in the 3 block radius that they grew up in, type of thing, you know. But that's just my little soapbox on that. Let me come down off of that. I would do the thing that James does, but no, I don't want to do that. Let me just step down. So yeah, that was my incident with my interaction with Trina. That was, you know, saying how I did, my ideas about what's going on now. But at the same time, it's not people don't say she should have responded differently. No, she should have responded just like how she responded. The first time she walked away. The second time she got with that lady. You know what I'm saying? When you walk away, like me, I don't walk away the first time. I handle it right then and there because when you walk away with that, people think that they can continue to do that, opposed to correcting that behavior. Now, how you correct the behavior is up to you. You know what I'm saying? But that behavior needs to be addressed, acknowledged, and then corrected. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like when you don't do that, well, it's like you give them permission to do it to the next person. You know? Exactly, right. That's what I'm saying. Like people don't understand what that that walk away thing gives you time to calm down, gives you time to relax, give you time to get out your emotions, get out your feelings. What else not get out of them? I should say not get out on them, but get out of your feelings and things like that. And when you saying walk away with that, people need to be grateful for that and not acknowledge it was that. But my thing is that when you do walk away the first time and not acknowledge it respectfully, it is basically giving them permission to do it again, giving them permission to talk to you crazy or talk to someone else crazy. And next time that person that they talk to crazy may not be as level headed as you are at that moment. And people don't say, well, that's not emotional intelligence. No, it's not. It's not about being emotional intelligence. It's like I don't do fake very well, and I don't do disrespect very well. You know, and when you are disrespectful to me, well, it's not. I don't know. I just don't. I just that just boil my grits. You know what I'm saying? I just can't because I don't understand why you're being disrespectful for no reason. Like it is not that serious. We're all human beings, treat as such. You want me to respect you? You know what I'm saying? Be respectful to me. Because y'all know I will match the energy quickly with somebody. You know what I'm saying? You act a fool, I act a fool. You disrespectful and belligerent. Although I don't like it, it's easily triggered. And I'm very emotional intelligent. I'm very, you know what I'm saying, intelligent in general was not. But at the same time, I'm also human. You're not going to sit here and talk to me crazy and treat me any kind of way and expect me to sit there and accept it. Mm-mm. Not going to happen. Not over here. You want respect, you give respect. You want dignity, pride, and you know what I'm saying, people speak to you in a certain way, do the same thing for them. No one's above me. No one is. I don't care who you are. No one is above me, and I'm not above anyone else. Everyone's on the same playing field. You know what I'm saying? We may be playing different games. You know what I'm saying? We may be in different positions on the playing field, but we're still on the same playing field. You know what I'm saying? Just because I have a little education, a little bit of this and that, doesn't make me better than anyone else. Just because you may have a little bit more than I have. There they go again, y'all. Always gonna start calling me when I'm doing my live. But yeah, just because you have a little bit more than I have doesn't mean that you're better than me. Because what you have, you can lose, and what you lose, I can definitely gain. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, y'all, that's just my little story time and my little interaction, conversation about my interaction with Trina was not. I said it was pleasant for me. You know what I'm saying? That day they had to catch another flight on a different airline, but it is what it is. You know, moral of the story is be respectful. Be respectful on all levels. Sometimes it works out in your favor, and sometimes it does not when you're disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? People get this whole thing that, well, I'm the customer, my mom was right. That day, they were walking down the concourse to go to a different airline. Anyways, y'all, this your boy Food Junkie. As I always say, love yourself, love someone else, respect yourself, and respect someone else. Yeah. Lovely one, baby. You better stop it. Yeah, I mean, Miss, yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, actually here in Atlanta was now, like in this era was that this place has been growing as far as entertainment, celebrities, and sports was not for a while now, and I've had a lot of different interactions with different celebrities was not, and not only have I had interactions with them, I've actually worked with some as stylists and things like that was not, you know, so it is you know what I'm saying? Pretty much all of my interactions has been good. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, I'm a pleasant person and I'm professional. So, it's like, I think that that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? I don't treat anyone like they're special because they're not. They just happen to be a little bit well known. You know what I'm saying? And people appreciate that. Like I had one interaction with an iconic celebrity, like iconic, and she was like, oh, I mean, I said something to her was not, and me being one of my little corny jokes, you know what I'm saying? My little dry sense of humor was not. She was crying, laughing. She like, oh my God, you're so funny. Da, da, da. And I'm like, and she called me by my name. I'm like, okay, well, I'm just a little stylist on the set, just, what I'm saying, doing my thing, you know what I'm saying? But I was her dresser, was not. So, and she was just like, oh no, you're so funny, was not. I love you. I'm like, thank you. Give me a hug, give me a picture, let me get on by my work, you know what I'm saying? And that was that. So yeah. So I mean, I had a lot of like. I mean, I'd have met LeBron James. I met Michael Jordan. Like all these people. Like I met all these people here in Atlanta or in the area it was not. And so it's it is what it is. After a while, you know what I'm saying. Although they are these iconic people, it's not a lot of them like Jordan. Well, no, Jordan was rude. He was rude. He was rude. He was rude. He was rude, and he almost got this work. He almost got this work, but he was rude. He was rude. He was rude. Yeah, he was rude. LeBron was cool, but Jordan was rude. But yeah, for the most part, they all have been pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? I think he's the only one that I almost gave work to. He's the only one I almost gave work to. Oh, he was the one. Well, you guys, y'all have a great day. You guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining and supporting. On the way out, please like the video if you haven't already liked the video. You guys, I appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate you guys' support. And yeah, my little story about Trina and my interaction with her. You have a great day. Y'all get up and get some rest, move around. I'm gonna do the same. And hopefully I will see you guys on my way to work. Until next time, you guys, it's your boy Food Junkie. I love you guys. And I'm out. Peace, y'all.